Some say right before you die, your whole life flashes by, while others say that's just a crazy notion. Well, if it turns out that it's true, and my life passes in review, I pray the days that I spent loving you are in slow motion. Slow motion. I hope there can be some way to see the way it was with you and me in slow motion. Whenever I reminisce, it all comes down to this: you've been my lighthouse, and life has been the ocean. So if there's a chance that I'll see one more glance before eternity, I pray the Lord will let my memory pass in slow motion. Slow motion. I hope there can be some way to see the way it was with you and me in slow motion. Let my final moments be my finest hours. Let our times together linger before my eyes in slow motion. Slow motion. I hope there can be some way to see the way it was with you and me in slow motion. In slow motion. Johnny bailed out of the backyard swing, 3 years old, not afraid of a thing. Old folks said he was brave beyond his years. A schoolyard bully twice his size shoved his sister, made her cry. Johnny took him on, never felt an ounce of fear. He was 18, living fast and wild. Mary Ann said there'd be a child. Didn't run away, and soon he had a wife and son. He volunteered for Vietnam, had a Silver Star when he came home. Never talked about the war to anyone. Johnny bought a house on a GI Bill. He's been 20-something years down at the mill, and thought hard work and loyalty would make his dreams come true. But a pink slip with his paycheck changed him late this afternoon. Johnny's afraid. For the first time in his life, Johnny's afraid. Doesn't know where to turn. There's no one to fight. For the first time in his life, Johnny's afraid. Now he's sitting at a bar, ain't touched his beer. Been a long time since he's been in here. He's staring at the mirror, wondering what went wrong. He's gotta tell the kids and Mary Ann, doing his damnedest to be a man. Just can't face the thought of going home. Johnny's afraid. For the first time in his life, Johnny's afraid. He doesn't know where to turn, and there's no one to fight. For the first time in his life, Johnny's afraid. Johnny's afraid. For the first time in his life, Johnny's afraid. Doesn't know where to turn, and there's no one to fight. For the first time in his life, Johnny's afraid. For the first time in his life, Johnny's afraid. It was July 3rd and thirsty. I grabbed my hat and stepped down off that bus. Didn't know a soul in town, was looking for a face I could trust. When this veteran with a cane walked up, said, "You look like a soldier I once knew. Let's go inside the tavern, cross the street, have ourselves a brew." Drinking way past midnight, we talked about the cause in Vietnam. He showed me several medals he earned somewhere in Japan. I stared into his faded eye, a forgotten soldier looked back at me. But he wore his veteran's hat so proud as he sat up straight and spoke of liberty. And he said, "I've waited all year for this. Tomorrow's such a day. The high cost of our freedom worth the price we pay. I've waited all year for this, and how I'd love to see children with their tiny hands smiling as they wave their flags at me. My ticket said 12:35, headed for that depot, Independence Day. And all along the main street, a crowd had come to see the big parade. A politician led the way, winning votes from a Cadillac sedan. veteran took his place behind the Cub Scouts, the twirlers, and the band. And I've waited all year for this. It's what I heard him say. The high cost of our freedom is worth the price we pay. I've waited all year for this. How I love to see children with their tiny hands smiling as they wave their flags at me. It was July 4th and thirsty. I grabbed my hat and stepped up on that bus. Was gonna be an old-time revival in the fairgrounds across from Lincoln Street, and my Jessie couldn't wait till they opened up the gate just to satisfy her curiosity. When we walked inside the tent, the choir was singing. The excitement made the air electrified, and with that Alabama drawl, he made disciples of us all. Thunder in his voice and fire in his eyes. Well, the night was clear and cold in Colorado, but his words made us all feel warm inside. And somewhere between Amazing Grace and Hallelujah, he made the fire start to burn in Jessie's eyes. All that week I would listen to the singing as I started my shift down at the mine. But every night when I came home, Jessie told of all the souls the preacher saved at the altar call that night. Well, tonight was the end of our revival. That preacher knew his work and he did it well. And I guess I didn't know just how much my Jessie's soul needed saving. Now my life's a lonely hell. Now the wind blows cold in Colorado, and the clouds are building up and closing in. And somewhere between my broken heart and Alabama, Jessie sleeps in the arms of a preacher man. Oh, my Jessie sleeps in the arms of a preacher man. My Jessie sleeps in the arms